rabosoko, mahanda akasata, reke yamanda raboko sokota, ronda yakande eke seke la mama manda rabakase, meta rabakande la babakaso, yalamana niana no, sakayato yakande, yamakato yabatadia city akano yakatara city. Power!
So the United States has spent billions, like we've done all over the world, trillions, propping up terrorist organizations, propping up fake governments that are puppets. And we did it here in Somalia. So we spent billions of dollars trying to create an army. Like, remember we did in Afghanistan? Oh, we're training their army. All that was that was a money grift, right? So what that means was we pay Halliburton to build the army barracks and to feed them, and we sell them. They get to sell us our uniforms, and they have to get our bullets and rifles. So that's one big money grift. And so as soon as the fighting started with the Taliban, all those people left. They're not going to fight against their own countrymen for the United States. Well, the same thing happened here in Somalia.
Yeah.
So Somalia, U.S.-backed Somali army melts in the face of al-Shabaab offensive, despite billions in international support. So this is where all your money's going, and Trump ain't stopping any of it.
Hey,
Trump is not stopping this. He's inflating the budget to do more of this.
Big, beautiful bill. I remember in California when they spent all those billions to solve homelessness, and you see how homelessness is now?
Yeah.
Hold that in your head and apply it to this.
That's right. The U.S.-backed Somali military has melted in the face of an al-Shabaab offensive in southern and central Somalia, despite receiving billions of dollars in international support over the years. Citing data from the think tank Sahan Research, the report said that in its counteroffensive this year, al-Shabaab has regained 90% of the territory.
Shout out to al-Shabaab.
Shout out. The Mogadishu-based government had success in an offensive in 2022 and 2023 because it relied on local clan militias to do much of the fighting. But President Hassan Sheikh Mohammed has since lost the support of some of those groups. The mobilization went well when the president came from Mogadishu to start the first phase of the offensive in 2022. Everybody was heavily involved in the fighting, assisting the National Army. Mohammed Hassan, a local militia member in Somalia's central Haran region, told us.
Wait, so they're saying it went better than phase one of the Epstein binders?
It did. It went better. It's no longer the same because the leadership are no longer involved, and there seems to be disorganization, and now the community militias are mobilized. Rashid Abdi of San Research said that President Mohammed was extremely inept at working with the clans. One reason why Mohammed has lost support of many clans is due to his push to hold Somalia's first one-man, one-vote election, which would be a break from Somalia's clan system, under which clan elders and delegates choose lawmakers. A Western diplomat speaking to AFP warned that an attempt at holding an election with universal suffrage would lead to the bombing of polling stations, even in Mogadishu. Mohammed's push toward universal suffrage, I like how they call it suffrage.
Yeah.
It's voting. Attempts to expand presidential powers and his changes to Somalia's constitution have led to two regions, the southern Jubaland state and Puntland in the northeast, quitting the federal system. On top of its war with al-Shabaab, the U.S.-backed government has also been clashing with Jubaland forces. A gun battle this week between the two sides near Somalia-Kenya border left 10 people dead. Mohammed's critics say he has been too focused on political issues rather than the military side of things, leading to the losses to al-Shabaab. Uh-oh, there's an emergency alert.
Oh, geez.
Al-Shabaab is invading, everyone.
Mine's coming any second now.
Boy, that really went bad.
The U.S. has maintained its military support of Mohammed's government and has continued to launch airstrikes against al-Shabaab. But the Western diplomat speaking to AFP said Mogadishu's international backers are frustrated. So why do you think the United States is backing this guy who has no support of the locals anymore? Because he's going to be a puppet of the United States.
Well, here's another better question. Since seeing as how the CIA invented the Bloods and the Crips, you would think they'd have more insight in how to deal with gang politics.
You would think The diplomat pointed to the fact that after the African Union's military mission in Somalia ended last year, a new one known as AWESOM had to be created because the Somalia military wasn't ready to take over. No kidding. There's a huge amount of donor fatigue. People are asking, what have we bought for the last 10 years? Seeing the army run away and having to create AWESOM was hard for people. So they're saying exactly the same thing that happened in Afghanistan. We create a fake army. They're not really connected to the country or the leadership. And then as soon as fights break out, they leave. Just imagine how it was for the Somalis getting shot at. Just think about that. The report said the donor class is upset. Imagine the Somalis are getting shot. The report said...
Did the donors at least get a good blood sacrifice to the dark old gods they worship?
The report said that donors, especially the United States, were reluctant to continue funding the African Union mission. According to the AFP, the United States and the European Union have poured over $7 billion in military-related spending into Somalia since 2007, mainly through the African Union missions. The special U.S.-backed military unit within the Somali army, known as Danab, has also been struggling against al-Shabaab. Abdi said that the Danab was good at killing militants, but not at holding territory. The United States has been bombing Somalia at a record pace this year, though many of the so that's Trump. That's Trump bombing Somalia at a record pace. Though many of these airstrikes have targeted the small ISIS affiliate and offshoot. By the way, now that they're in charge of Syria, which Trump loves the guys now he's in charge of Syria.
So what the hell? Aren't they in the Horn of Africa? So didn't we have the reporter on saying how they used to like Trump because he was like, stop screwing around over there? Remember that?
Yep, I remember. But now here we go. And the most recent U.S. airstrikes against al-Shabaab took place from June 27th to June 30th in support of a major battle that the government claimed killed 50 al-Shabaab militants. U.S. Africa Command told antiwar.com on July 15th that it has carried out at least 51 airstrikes in Somalia so far this year.
How much you want to bet Trump doesn't know about any of it?
I bet she doesn't. Reports have suggested that the U.S. has at least considered pulling its support for the Somali government and exiting the conflict with al-Shabaab. The New York Times reported on April 10th that the State Department officials suggested closing down the U.S. Embassy in Mogadishu and evacuating most U.S. personnel due to the threat of the al-Shabaab offensive. But other officials, including Sebastian Gorka, the top counterterrorism official on the National Security Council, called for the U.S. to escalate in Somalia and double down on its policy of propping up the government. And they appear to have won the internal debate. So they're going to escalate. So the people failure would work. So the people wanting to escalate our military adventures in Somalia are the ones winning the debate. No kidding.
Yeah, how can I bet on this? I'll put good hawk to a coin down, Jimmy.
Yeah, me too. Celeste General Strike Holmes says, sounds like all those Afghans the U.S. was supposed to... Exactly like that.
Did we bet on the other side? Or did we bet on al-Shabaab?
Under Trump, United States strikes on Somalia have doubled since last year.
He didn't do this last... that reporter, where's she from? Eritrea or Ethiopia? She was explaining this, that because Trump doesn't know anything about the area, he was like, what are you doing over there? Stop. So they liked him. But now he's got his mind right, I guess, huh?
Peacemaker Trump beats Biden's bombing record since returning to office.
Nice. Well, you can't slander Trump anymore.
Trump ordered 529 attacks on several countries in just 5 months of his presidency, nearly matching Biden's 4-year total.
Oh, peace through strength. Nothing looks stronger than failing in a war for a long time. Good job. Wow. Hey, I wonder if he's in the Epstein files.
Ha! So,
wow.
So as I said to Chris Hedges that I had hope that Trump would be less of a warmonger than Biden and Obama. I had hope, but I didn't have faith. Well, that's why I didn't have faith. But I had hope.
I didn't vote. I said if he does this stuff, I'll start voting because I know it works. But he didn't.
He's not doing it.
If I was richer, I would say it works.
Right. He's exploding the Pentagon budget, which nobody wants.
If I was a Mossad scumbag, I'd vote for him.
Hundreds of billions of dollars more. Imagine again if you took a couple $100 billion and just invested in America. I don't mean like give it off as graft and grift.
Trillion.
I mean just
And
invest.
you're proud of it.
Say we're gonna actually build high-speed rail from every major city to every major city. You could do
everybody, hey assholes, you live in China without the flying cars.
That's right. We live in China without the flying cars or the high-speed rail or the universal health care. That's
Their
what
healthcare is not that great, but you know what? It's probably better than here.
Well, they don't go bankrupt when they get sick, Kurt.
Well, they take care of their family in China still because China they don't allow mass NGO immigration because they, you might call it racist, and it is a little bit, but Xi Jinping cares about Chinese, and that's why they don't want to overthrow him. They get mad at the local politicians all the time.
Yes.
But when they're polled, they love that guy, just like Russians love Putin and don't want to overthrow him. Unlike Ukraine, where they can't have votes because they don't want Zelensky because he's a fucking disaster puppet.
There's a big uprising against Zelensky happening right
CIA
now.
has turned on him too. I knew that was going to happen. I thought it happened a while ago. What losers? Why don't you do the CIA trick of offing your mistake a long time ago, losers?
So I think that should be the headline for this segment. Peacemaker Trump beats Biden bombing record.
Well, get ready for a lot of
let me read that to you again. Trump ordered 529 attacks on several countries in 5 months. That matches Biden's 4-year total.
I'll bet Putin had hope, but not faith too, Jimmy. Why would Putin ever interfere with an election when the election means nothing?
It means nothing.
It means nothing.
Means nothing.
Oh, by the way, child traffickers run your government, but you're still going to vote and go to work and shit, right?
That's right,
Morons.
and pay taxes.
Like cattle. Yeah. You ain't going to do nothing. You ain't going to just tell the truth. I don't know who I'm talking to, by the way.
All right, over to Steph. Should I do one of those reads? Yeah, I'll do a read.
What did you say the title was? Peacemaking Trump? You got it. Oh, Radar's got it. Peacemaker Trump beats. Okay, nice work. Okay, here we go. Jimmy, would you have Nick Fuentes on? Love your show.
No.
Victory.
Kurt says
Fuck
no.
him and that asset of the fucking glowy fed. Fuck him. He urged people in the Capitol on January 6th. It's on tape. Has he given any good answers about that? Why he didn't go to jail? And I'm watching a cop thank him for his fucking service? Fuck that fucking operative.
Should we bring him on and ask him? Wouldn't it be fun to bring him on and ask him about that?
All right, you know what? Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm totally wrong. You know what, Jimmy? A lot of times I don't realize how wrong I am until you say it out loud. Like when you thank Kash Patel for showing us what the thing is, and I was mad at him.
Yeah. No,
because Candace didn't ask him. Why didn't she ask that?
So
why do you let pedos in his organization?
Maybe we should bring I don't know if Nick Fuentes will come on the show, but maybe
Sure
I don't know anything. By the way, I don't know. I almost know nothing about Nick Fuentes.
Oh well, I know quite a bit, and I'll tell you that dude from young TYT that died, that wrote the alt-right digital thing. I know for a fact he sat on that video of Destiny blowing Nick Fuentes because he had it for like 3 years, but. Now, I'm sure in liberal land, he didn't want to talk about his sexuality, but I don't think so. I think he's writing a book about boogeymen and this asset phony. He didn't want to ruin that story if you knew Hitler was gay, you wouldn't put that out there? That don't make no sense. It don't. So that's what I think. But when that video came out and people go, I don't know if it's him, I tell my buddy Vokey that works for Woody Allen over there in New York, and he goes, oh yeah, what's his name? Had that tape for 3 years. He had it for 3 years and sat on it. So this influencer bullshit is so fake, and people that supposedly don't like each other are carrying water for each other. And here's why Nick goes on things. But you know what? You're right. Who cares? They already say you're bad. He's on there so that some mainstream press can go, Jimmy, it's worse than a Boogaloo Boy, basically, if you have him on, just so you know, in the mainstream press. But I don't care about the mainstream press. I mean, that's a good point. I'd like to know. I honestly want to know why he did that more than I give a shit about being labeled for this human fart standing next to me. Honestly.
Hey, okay, ready?
Gay cat boy. Stop pretending you're trad. You're gay. It's not bad. You're a test tube gay baby that pretends he's Catholic. I know all about you, dude. Kino Casino.
No, don't show your cards.
I'm honest. You can look at all my cards. You could do whatever you want. I just tell the truth. So I don't give a fuck.
All
I'm
right,
not
ready?
drifting. I don't make any money on it. What are you talking? People don't know what that means? I don't try to trick people. I'm telling you what I think about you, and you tell me why I'm wrong. And I'll be happy to say I'm wrong if you got a good reason.
This episode is brought to you by Rumble Premium, the home of free speech and exclusive content from the voices that matter. With Rumble Premium, you get ad-free viewing, access to exclusive shows, and premium features across the platform. We're talking about Steven Crowder's Mug Club, Tim Pool's Timcast, Russell Brand's Raw Commentary, Redacted News, and this show. Whether it's breaking news, real talk, or the content that challenges the narrative, Rumble Premium puts you in the front row. Support creators who actually say what they mean and mean what they say. Go to rumble.com/premium Dore10 to join today. That's rumble.com/premium/Dore10 because truth shouldn't come with a filter.
Nice.
Nice. Do I have another one? Hey, let's be honest. Most coffee gives you a quick hit, then leaves you jittery, foggy, and reaching for another cup before lunch. But what if your coffee actually did something for your health? Rejuvenate Coffee is science-backed coffee. Real Arabica. How do you say that?
Aromatic?
No.
Arabica.
Real Arabica beans infused with... What is it infused with?
I would just say... Or say Cal.
Okay, let's start. Rejuvenate Coffee is science-backed coffee. Real
Arabica.
Arabica? Is that how you say it?
Arabica.
Is that how you say that? I don't think that's how you say it.
You want to say Arabica? Or a Rabbica? Why do you say
Rejuvenate Coffee is science-backed coffee. Real Arabica. Did I say it right? Yes. It sounds wrong. Rejuvenate Coffee is science-backed coffee. Real Arabica beans infused with calcium AKG. That's a compound shown to support cellular energy, metabolism, and even healthy aging. It's not a gimmick. It's not trendy. It's built for people who take their health seriously, who want to show up with focus and strength every single day. If you care about how you feel now and how you'll feel 10 years from now, this is your coffee. Go to 1775coffee.com/Dore and order Rejuvenate Coffee today. Fuel your body, protect your future. Rejuvenate.
Arabica.
Arabica.
Ba-da-da-da. All right. Do you have any other? We're good with him, right?
Good on read.
Good on reads.
Good on reads? Okay.
Good on reads.
Over to Steph.
Okay, here we go. Nice work. You moved fast on that one. I saw you. Let's not forget France made the Netflix movie Cuties. Spade. Mm-hmm.
You mean mignons? In French, it's called mignon.
Sparky, you're back. The world is run by a cabal of pro-West intelligence agencies which organically melded together after World War II. They included the CIA, the rest of the Five Eyes, Mossad, other partners, and associates. Sparky. Let him vaccinate. Yes, dude. Go ahead.
You know, people pay Nick Fuentes super chats so they can annoy him by suggesting he could meet a nice Amish girl. Like, people pay money, so you go, hey, maybe you could meet a nice girl here because they know he's gay. They pay money for that entertainment to do that. That's a fact.
Let unvaccinated guy host. So miscellaneous ha can send in super chats. So miscellaneous ha can send in super chats. J Sauce. I wish Steph was
if he gets boosted, he can. If he gets vaccinated.
Yeah, that's one thing here at our show. Everybody knows we're all vaccinated.
Get all the ones you didn't get in one shot, and then you can.
Yeah, and then then unvaccinated guy, you're on. I wish Steph was my teacher growing up, but nobody wanted to molest me. Dano. Yeah.
Well, I don't think Steph is a Bridget Macron type. That makes sense.
Oh my God.
Her story was that she didn't do that kind of thing. Did you miss that?
Yeah. Guys, do a segment on Mexia Supermarket, an abandoned supermarket that almost became public biohazard back in 1999. They left all the food inside. What? That's interesting. Hey, you. Well, hey, right back at ya. What about, I read that about Reality Winner. Empire We Are. Russia is too smart to engage in a propaganda war against the United States. To paraphrase Vladimir Putin, it's very expensive and very difficult to win a propaganda war against the United States. Oh. Hey, hold on.
Just wait for the U.S. to fail at it. That's probably your best move. You know how our stupid propaganda is so garbage now that even idiots see through it? Just wait. It'll fall apart.
And I'm going to say this. When you hear somebody say, the country is so divided, I don't think so. I don't think the country is so divided. I think that's a nice talking point, but I don't think the country's so divided.
They're trying to manifest it.
Yes.
That's what these rich fucks are doing. So that's why you see Ben Shapiro go, well, conspiracies used to be on the left. And that's why you see Mike Harry Potter Johnson go, the 11th commandment is don't go against your own party. And you see bots asking if you're loyal to Trump when he's supposed to be loyal to you. That's why. It's fake. It's the oldest way of controlling the peasants since time began. You could read about it. If you went to a good school, they would have taught you about it instead of like butt plug class or whatever they do with Zoomers now. That's a method of control, and it's failing. You can see it. They're terrified.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not that divided. Come to our shows. You got to check out our shows. And, if you're feeling isolated, these shows are fun. And you actually meet other people. Here we go. The crazy puppet. Hold on. Tulsi is paving her way towards a presidential road. Stray cat in the streets. What do Emmanuel, Brigitte, and Barack all have in common? All three are married to men. Be careful, Jim Jam. Macron will fart in your general direction. Oh, haha. Hey, if you want a video showing how they advertise wanting you to have lack of medical agency, here you go. I'm sure you'll be playing it soon. All right, Vienticus, I will share it with the team. Thank you for that one. Remember when Colbert told his audience to not clap for Comey getting fired? Jones Plantation, by the way, you can control a man with brute violence, but you can never truly own a man until he's convinced that your word is law and obedience is a virtue. That's Jones Plantation. People wanted to know what it was all about. Hey, always remember the 4 B's to get someone to do something: beliefs, bribes, blackmail, and suicide. I mean, the bullet. Vienticus. Nice work there. Oh, hey, anybody played the game BioShock? Maybe they're somewhere beyond the sea. Corn pop. Historically speaking, the Dutch East India Company may have been the first big NGO. Sparky. Oh, here's a big one. Wow. Thanks for curbing it down for me. And that's from the crazy puppet.
You're welcome.
Britain eventually took over the Dutch East India Company when it passed it on to the U.S. after World War II while keeping it a hand in it. I don't know if it has an official name anymore or not. Sparky. So per bomb, they killed 1 al-Shabaab. How many civilians have gotten unalived for 1 fighter per bomb? Goo 81. Nick Fuentes, more like Nick Fedtes. The same.
You know what? I just want to ask the questions. I was like, don't bring him on because I don't like how he stood next to that candidate to sabotage him. Remember when that we covered that? Maybe Aaron was filling in, but I was like, this scumbag. So I don't like that. I'm just telling you straight up. I'm not holding any cards. I want to know why he did that. And I want to know why he urged people in. I just want to know. Maybe he's got great answers. You know what? Maybe he's got great answers, and I could give a shit what the regular press says, Right.
Yeah, I think that, you know what? I am now convinced we should reach out to Nick. Let's see how that goes. To be determined.
I mean, Jimmy's going to get a lot of, like, Boogaloo Boy shit for platforming, but Anybody that says the word platforming, I hope you are hung with Brigitte Macron's dick above a platform and they kick it out from under you.
Here we go. Nick Fuentes, more like Nick Fed Tess. The same goes for Fed Turd, Fed Surrection Barbie, Brooklyn Fed Defiant, and Loomer Fed Looming over you, aka Boomer Groomer Loomer, all a bunch of plants. Vienna Kiss.
You know, Keaton and Russ showed that scumbag Destiny counseling IDF to stop TikToking their war crimes. So that piece of garbage is in on it. And I believe 100% he blew Nick Fuentes. So I'd like him to tell me that's not true too. I don't want to debate nobody. I want you to convince me what I already saw I didn't see.
I'm unable to express how much I desire to see Tucker Carlson do an episode with a Kurt Metzger on Claw number 3, Rocket Mummy.
That is the best time since I hit number 3.
Okay, let's see. One more. Kurt, do you think I could get into a coven by starting a religion where we worship you? Steve wants to know.
Well, why don't I start that then? Why would you get to do it? See?
Yeah.
Now, do you want to help me groom people in like a young Macron and I'm Bridget and then you got to bring more followers in? Sure. We could talk about that. Macron style.
During a play. All right, back to Jimmy.